Okay, so it should be appearing right in here. Yep, there it is. This is the Marilyth. I can't really get a good look at it here, but yes, it's a hunt monster that, Penelo should not be on a berserk set of gambits, that we picked up way earlier in the game, and it spawns in this part of Invitation to Heresy after you've cleared out all the enemies and after waiting for 5 minutes in the area, which thankfully can be sped up with this version's fast mode. It's weak to water, so having Aqua Shot on Balthier is pretty good here. Other than that, it really just uses physical attacks, so for this late in the game, it's really not particularly of a threat to us. We're just doing this mostly for cleanup. Its name is a reference to the Fiend of Fire from Final Fantasy I, which is in turn a reference to a classic Dungeons & Dragons monster, which I think is a kind of demon. Oh, great, I still have Poach Gambit on. Since we're mostly going to be fighting hunts and possibly an Esper in this episode, I don't think we really need to do that. Does Balthier even have, like, the right... No, he still has Aqua Shot. It was taking a lot more damage before. I guess it gained, like, a reduced damage argument at low HP or something. And we get the Serpent Wine Musk. So there's often, like, a joke in a lot of things where you make, like, alcohol that is a true taste of manliness to drink by, like, squirting snake venom into the alcohol, but is that a real thing that happens? On our way to turn in the hunt, I might actually go and look that up. So, yes, snake wine is a real thing. You put whole snakes in rice wine or grain alcohol. It's apparently first used in China, and the snake venom proteins are unfolded by the ethanol, and this is according to Wikipedia, but I love the wording here. Therefore, the beverage is usually, but not always, safe to drink. However, they don't actually squirt the snake's venom directly into the drink like they do in Despicable Me 2. So, here we are back in the Barenheim Passage. So, I'm gonna finally get my revenge on that hunt monster, the Bloodwing, that destroyed us last time, but the annoying thing here is not the Bloodwing itself, but the constantly spawning undead enemies, including the really annoying dead bones that reflect, to stop you from using powerful magic on them. Well, I have a few ideas of how to get around that. The first is to equip the Opal Ring and get licenses to actually use it. Another is to bounce cure spells off of ourselves if we put Reflect status on our own party. But I have a better idea. Foe Undead Phoenix down. Now, hopefully this ends up working. Because if it does, this is going to be hilarious revenge. Dead bones, come out wherever you are. Okay, I think that thing may have teleported before I got a chance to throw a Phoenix down at it. Seems like they're actually immune to it. Well, there goes that plan. How close is Ash to using the Opal Ring? She can get it for the low price of 115 LP, but it's probably worth it. I feel like Ash desperately needs more Gambit slots, too. And I can take you down to exactly 0 with that. Yeah. Ah, revenge is sweet. Okay, we are buffed. Still more of these things. Okay, here's the Bloodwing, which Varn really can't do much about at all, but I just might as well have him attack the undead a little bit. Well, if he can't do damage, he may as well just spam steel. Now Varn is a dentist. And let's get Varn out of the party. And let's cure Balthier's blind. Because being, not Echo Herb's eye drops, being blinded and having a gun is probably not a good combination. Nice crit there. I think it seems to mostly just use, like, Leech. Ash does run out of MP a lot faster now that she's using the Guard level spells. She does have charge, though. It's almost gone. Oh, and I still have the Cherry Staff. I need to change that over. Finally! Again, it's not really that thing that's the problem. It's the undead that spawn around it. And now, here we are back in the Garamsythe waterway for... I think I'm actually going to take on that guy now. But in order to do that, first we have to solve a puzzle. Professor Layton would be proud, I suppose. So, in the central controlway, we need to activate sluice gates number 3 and number 10. It looks like 10's already activated. Okay, that's what the sluice gates do. And from here we need to go into number 10 channel, and through here into number 3 Colaka Spur, and activate, there should be like a switch in here that we need to activate. That we should be able to do now that we've, hello there, frogs. I should turn my gambits on for this. Now that we've, closed those sluice gates. Gespenst. Is that, like, rare? No, it can't be a rare game. Can I Phoenix down it? I think that's German for ghost and it's the name of it. No, I cannot Phoenix down it. But I think I can cure it.
No.
That is way too many enemies. Well, okay, Balthier's already getting her back. That's good. But this should make things a little bit easier now that, there's less of them. Getting some good combo hits in with the, this ninja sword. Okay, good. Those two are both down. So there should be a switch somewhere in here. Oh, I think, yeah, there it is. Number 1 South Waterway control switch. And now we have to deactivate these sluice gates and open number 4 and number 11. And from here, we need to go into, basically, we need to basically repeat this process, but on the opposite side this time. So in this case, going into the number 4 Colaka Spur, and from here, activating a another number 1 waterway switch, but this one would be north instead of south. That was another one of those things. Did it teleport? Yeah, it teleported right as we were getting Cure in. So what's that? What's another one? Yeah, I think I actually kind of remember those. Dimensional Rift. I wonder if that's a banishment or XII it's called in this game. There's a lot of names for that status. Banish, vanish. Sometimes just called Gone status. Lost, I think it's called in some games. Though that might actually be an SMT equivalent. Speaking of status, we're going to be dealing with a lot of bad status ailments very soon. Yeah, so number 1 north, we need to press this one. And from here we have to deactivate number 11 and activate number 3. That is, activate the 2 switches that are furthest forward, or for the ones in the very center. And if we do this right, the area in the very center of the sewers should be completely drained of water, and we'll be able to actually go in there, and that's where the Esper is. It's honestly simpler than it seems. You basically just need to open up the left, open up the right, press the switches on either of those sides, then open up the middle. So I think we heard a ding noise there. But before we go any further, we should definitely buff up, and something that is highly recommended to have in this fight is regen. Now, I don't know if there are any enemies between us and this thing, but hopefully there aren't. Yeah, there shouldn't be, because this is basically the room where, well, the room where it's going to happen. Wait, is this? This should be open now. Ah, yeah, here we go. Okay, this one's open. And before we go in there, you might notice a dense mist if you look carefully. We should equip accessories that make us immune to disable. Okay, Fran's the only one who can't use black belts here, but I got 4 black belts for good reason. Now, we will also be dealing with poison and sap and slow, but resisting disable is by far the most important thing here, because if everyone gets hit with disable, you're pretty much sunk. Representing the star sign of Scorpio, this is Cuchulainn, or actually Cuchulainn, according to the Japanese katakana pronunciation, the Impure. This thing has been in Rabanasta's sewers for who knows how long. So, yeah, that's gonna probably horrify the people above when they find out. Got a lot of buffs starting out. So, this guy is the reason why he also is accompanied by these things called Fubars, which I think, like, is actually named after a term that is actually kind of vulgar. But as you can see, we're all poisoned, and we're also all slowly losing health thanks to the field effect of this place. So you basically are going to need to heal very, very frequently in this battle. Also, yes, he likes to use inverts to invert your HP and MP to make you even closer to death. Having like a 2 healer setup might not be a bad idea either. We're already doing some damage, but Varn is taking a bit of a beating. I believe Fubar usually stands for effed up beyond all repair. There's Disablegar. Disablegar is the real pain part of this fight, because if it gets everyone, then you're pretty much screwed, like I said. Malaise, is that his super move, or is that just like a big poison attack? I think it's just a big poison attack, and there's Disablegar. So you can ruin a lot of his strategy by being immune to disable. He's very focused on status ailments. He's not much of a direct damage guy. This is just more about keeping the healing going. Equipping black belts is going to really help, because he's going to waste some of his time casting disable. The Fubars really don't have that much impact on things. Summoning Espers might not be a great idea either, since you'll be slowly losing health while he's while your Esper's up, and you don't really have much of a chance to heal. Espers can heal you, but yeah, oh boy, Bio. Penelo, stop doing haste, please. Please use, instead, Major Healing. In fact, Curaja, having Curaja might actually be a very good idea at this point. And Bolt Feeder already went down. Okay, Varn is going to town there, but you know what? Maybe I should instead send in the reserves. Barsh, get in. Barsh, instead of using Esuna, which there's no point going for Esuna in this fight. He's going to just, Mana Spring reduces the cost of his magic to 0, by the way. Yeah. No point in using Esuna because he's just gonna, I'm gonna preemptively cure Barsh due to that, invert that's gonna hit him and reduce him to basically no health. Or he could just die. Varn will get him back. He'll just put the status ailments back up on you. Like, there's really no chance you'll ever get Esuna up. Sloga, that's a pain. But Haze can counteract that to an extent. Oh, there goes Barsh again. But thankfully, Penelo had a good raise there. Penelo's gone. That's actually really bad since she's my main healer, and healing is obviously super important in this fight. What to do here? He is down to like below half health. Maybe I can not remedy. There's no remedy for death. Yeah, I'm gonna take off Barsh's regen gambit. Or Esuna and regen gambits, just because I'd rather have him focused on straight up attacking him. Oh yeah, they are really, really doing a number on us now. Maybe Ash will do good with her magic here? I mean, she always does good with her magic, but we'll see. Barsh likely only has seconds to live right now. Yep, there we go. Literally seconds to live because of the HP drain effect of this area. Something that a funny story that I have about this game is that this fight right here, in my first playthrough, this fight was the point where I discovered that you could press the down button to switch characters in the middle of a battle. Yeah, I didn't find out until now. I think I actually took this fight on way earlier as well. In fact, I'd rather be... No, maybe I should be going for Dark, because I think these things are immune to Dark. She still has the Burning Bow, so we'll go for Fire on that, and Ash... I suppose she has the Cherry Staff. She could be going for Eroga here. But what I also kind of want to do is I want to have somebody... Penelo's healing. I'll go for like one round of spells first. Yeah, this guy's very resistant to most magic. And then somebody is going to go for Quickenings now. Because he's getting kind of low. Please, somebody don't fall asleep before we start quickening in.
I must believe.
Okay, so it's I must endure, I must be strong, and I must believe. 3 I musts in Ash's quickenings. Oh, I did not get lucky with mischarges that time. I might not even get a concurrence here, and that's really bad. Because I wanted a concurrence to kill off the Fubar. Nope, did not even get a concurrence. The Fubars do eventually stop spawning, from what I've heard. Okay, here is... Well, the problem is that Fran is on the wrong Gambit set, but that might be an advantage, because I want to revive some people so I can actually get some quickenings in. While I'm here, switch Fran over to that Gambit setup. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna actually say less than 70% threshold for Cura here. It's probably, for the best to set it at that. You really need to have somebody constantly healing in this fight, for obvious reasons. Okay, Balthier is back. Oh, we got immobilized. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, he can also immobilize you, but I read on the Final Fantasy Wiki, and I totally agree with this. The arena here is so small that being immobilized is not much of a threat at all. You'll probably still be able to reach him with attacks. Okay, let's get Barsh back now. He's kind of just walking around the place. Oh, great, there's Invert. At least that was on Fran and not Penelo. Penelo is just a cure machine so far in this fight. This is going to be really her finest hour. Unless, yeah, Fran is really low. She's Curagering herself, though. Immobilized Gar is really not that bad. Okay, preemptively, somebody, and I think Fran is doing the least damage right now, so I'll have her High Ether Penelo, because if Penelo runs out of MP, this could be really bad. Oh yeah, Bio for Sap as well. Yeah, your HP drains very, very, very quickly with Sap combined with the Arena's effect here. Regen can kind of mitigate some of that, but not like a ton. What's interesting is I don't think this guy really even has a super move. And yes, he's wasting some of his actions using disabled things like that. He's running up to Ash and smacking her with his... Well, actually he's just kicking her. I thought he was smacking her with his big belly, but let's go and Curaga. I don't know if I'll get this in time. Nah, she's going down. Well, at least we do have some other people who can jump in and use some quickenings. Vaughn, don't Libra. We don't need to Libra right now. I keep thinking the quickenings are a technique somehow. I can try and do this. And see if we can get better mischarges and actually finish him this time.
You're going down.
Are you serious? Well, that was terrible. We probably would have done more with a basic attack. He's getting very close. I can't really afford to mess around now. Somebody needs to get Ash back. But she is my biggest damage dealer. For some reason, I vaguely remember my first playthrough of this game going almost exactly like this attempt of the fight. Slowga is fine. Although Penelo being slow is probably a bad thing. Varn's not doing a ton of damage. I'm gonna have Varn, let's see, what should Varn be? Kronos here. Really do not want Penelo to be slowed. Okay, Fran is gone. Ash barely has any health. Penelo should not be raising. Can I even get the Curaga in before Ash? Oh, got the Curaga in. Oh no, I'm immobilized and I'm right in your face. That's gonna totally affect me. I wonder if haste is a good idea here. Maybe it is. Yeah, especially haste on Penelo herself. Keeping haste on herself, in fact, I should probably change the gambit to self-haste. Oh, Ash just got disabled. I thought that was immobilized for a second. And is Varn also disabled? Although I can maybe equip a black belt on Ash to immediately cure that. I don't think that actually cures disable. better have the remedy laws for this. Okay, it looks like I did. Okay, I am losing people kind of quickly, but he is... Great, I still have poach gambits on people. I mean, I could try finishing him off with a summon if I want, but as I said before, I don't think summons are really a great idea in this fight. That was a lot of level 3s. I hope this does it. Oh, I thought that was the Holy one at first. I think the Holy Concurrence is the only one I don't have yet for the Sky Pirate's Den. No, I don't think I have the Lightning one either. There we go! Well, that was weird. He seems to think being defeated is funny. But, with that, the great mighty coup is on our side, I guess. And I suppose now I can tell a story from my original playthrough of this game. Something that I have actually mentioned a lot of times if you've seen me play any of the Persona games. So, Cuchulainn, the Irish hero, is a Persona in those games. This was my first exposure to that name. And because it was used for a giant sludge monster in the middle of a sewer, I actually... When I first did this game, I thought this summon's name was pronounced Clack, 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 clack. That is how I actually pronounced it. I mean, it was partially a joke, but at the same time, partially not. I actually used to call this guy Clack, 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 the Impure. And now you know why I sometimes call Cuchulainn from Persona and anything else like Fate, why I sometimes call him that. Like, to be fair, it's a very weird name to use for a giant sludge monster. But, yeah, that's what that name is used for in this game. The Esper of, I believe he's actually, like, called the Esper of Filth. But yeah, poison is basically his element, and that fight took almost exactly 20 minutes. Yeah. I do enjoy the Esper fights, though. I actually think they're pretty fun. Like, they do make me panic, but in a good way. Okay, so let's see what he unlocks for everyone. So for Shikari, we get White Magic 2, although I'm pretty sure Protector and Shelga don't come until very late in the game. Let me look that up, actually. Yep, it's a chest in the Necroll of Nabudis. So that's not for a little while, but it does give Vaan some extra utility. And Bushi gets Stamp. Mechanist gets Magic Lore, and Knight gets Battle Lore. Actually, not that bad. Archer gets nothing. Red Battle Mage... Oh, Red Battle Mage gets Gart Magic. That's also very tempting. Oh, but Vaan with buffs is also tempting as well. That's actually really hard, because... On the other hand, like, I have Dark Gart on Fran, and I already have, Gart level magic on Ash. So that is a difficult choice. Ulan gets Wither. That's actually not terrible either. Black Mage gets nothing. Doesn't really need it, honestly. White Mage gets Libra. Yeah. As long as one person in the party has Libra, you don't need it on anyone else, really. And Time Battle Mage gets nothing. So really it's between Fran and Vaan. So it's Vaan with buffs, but buffs I won't have access to until the Necrol of Nabudis, which I do plan on taking on right before the final bosses, I think. Or Fran with the Gart level magic. At the same time, though, I do have Ardor, and I do also have Darkgar, which is kind of doing me in terms of, like, that. I kind of... like, as interesting as that is, I actually kind of already have Ash for high-level black magic, so you know what? I think I'm actually going to give this to Vaan, although, of course, in order to do that, I need to get a little bit further into this stuff, which I might not even have the LP to do right now. But yes, Vaan will get this guy. I'll probably go for him next part, I think. Might actually kill a few enemies off camera, because I would really like to show that, maybe even against another Esper. And now it's time to spend some more LP. Yeah, Balthier already has pretty much all of the gun licenses. Potion laws are useful against undead, at least. Guild Toss can be okay if you have money to burn. Oh, you also get all 3 potion laws. And more light armor. Yeah, numerology is really not that good of a skill at all. I suppose Ash could... I think I'll go for some more Mystic Armor on Ash. Though I probably should be going for the lower numbers first, because I'm more likely to have access to those earlier. The Black Mask, I think, is actually all the black robes. One or the other raises the damage of dark magic, and that can be really useful when combined with Shikari and the Yagyu Darkblade. Last Stand actually might have been useful in that fight, so I think I'm going to go for that right now. And some more Battle Laws for more damage. I'll take that one too. And we're actually getting decently close to filling out the license board for some characters. I suppose you can use Curaja with that, which might be decent offense against undead until I get Holy. Alright, Penelo already had Curaja. I suppose I can take that since I got a quickening for it. Dispelger and Arise. I forget when we get Arise, but that's a revive with full HP. I guess I'll future-proof for Holy. I probably should have gone for Channeling, but oh well. Okay then, really the only thing left to do now is to turn this hunt in, and I mean the Bloodwing, into that Deserter. As you can see, there's a Cockatrice here. We can deal with that with the Lost Cockatrice quest. And so, your partner has been avenged. Stun bombs. We can't really use that since we don't really have hand bombs, but there are a lot of bombs that do status ailments. Yeah, they were still only referred to by their numbers. Well, that's a bittersweet conclusion to all of that, but that's another hunt completed. So, if we check our clan primer in terms of the hunts... Yeah, we have that, but that's in the Nebraeus Deadlands. Oh, we do need to... I guess maybe we can take this one on next time. This one is in the Cerebi Steppe, all the way up there. It's not that hard from what I remember. These 2 hunts here, though, these are in the Necrol of Nabudis. We're not going to be taking those on for quite some time. And Antlion. I kind of want to take on Antlion soon, too, for reasons that I'll be going into... I think I'll go into that next time. I think I'll do one more part of side stuff. I'll try and do some more hunts and also take on one more optional Esper. So I'll see you all then for that.